Hologram universe. Imagine walking around your house, sipping coffee, scrolling on your phone, and thinking life is not all that bad. But an alien scientist pops up and starts peeling back reality like a sticker. Just when you've accepted your life problems, now you have to deal with the fact that you are not even real. You're just a high-res projection slapped on a 2D surface. That's the holographic universe theory, which is the idea that everything you see, feel, and know might actually be a cosmic hologram. Kinda like how a 3D movie pops out of a flat screen, except way more existential. This theory is based on something called the holographic principle, which suggests that all the juicy info that makes up our 3D universe could actually be stored on a 2D boundary, which is kinda like the universe running on a giant intergalactic QR code. And the scary thing is that this might actually happen. The theory got its spotlight from black holes. Scientists noticed something weird. When stuff falls into a black hole, it seems to disappear forever. But the holographic principle says, nah, that info is just smeared across the surface like cosmic peanut butter on toast. This theory is not 100% proven, but at the same time, scientists haven't found enough evidence to toss it into the trash either. So is life real, or are we just ultra-fancy holograms binge-watching our own illusion? Multiverse. Ever had deja vu so intense you thought, wait, have I done this before? Or wondered if something out there, another version of you, did take that leap, land that job, or become a world-famous opera singer? That's the multiverse theory, the cosmic equivalent of a never-ending what-if game. Except it's taken very seriously by some of the brightest minds in science. This multiverse idea suggests that our universe is just one bubble in a bubble bath, with countless other universes floating around, each with its own set of rules, physics, and possibly a you with better posture. Every choice you make creates a fork in reality. Like your life is your very own choose-your-own-adventure book that never stops printing pages. And don't get us started on the fine-tuning of our universe. Scientists scratch their heads, wondering why everything here works just right for life. The multiverse theory says, easy, there are infinite universes. Ours just happens to be the one that nailed the recipe. Is there proof? Nope. Can we test most of it? Not yet. But is it fun to imagine a universe where ducks run the government and pizza grows on trees? Absolutely. In the multiverse, anything is possible, and scientists are yet to prove that we're a solo universe. Simulation universe. So you're chilling on the couch, eating chips, and suddenly wonder, what if I'm just code in some alien teenager's science project? Well, now you've entered the simulation theory, which is the brain-bending idea that everything around you, from your dog to the stars, might just be part of an ultra-realistic video game. According to this theory, we're not living in base reality, but inside a super-advanced computer simulation run by a civilization so high-tech they'd make Tony Stark look like a kid with a flip phone. Think The Sims, but you don't know you're being played, and unfortunately, there's no option to remove the ladder from the pool and escape. Philosopher Nick Bostrom laid out a wild logic puzzle. Either civilizations never get advanced enough to simulate life, or they choose not to. Or they do, and we're almost certainly living inside one. Statistically, if simulations are possible, there'd be billions of them and just one original. So what are the odds we're the OGs? Well, basically the same as rolling a 20-sided die and landing on a slice of pizza. But here's the catch. We can't prove it. Any test we try to run could be, part of the simulation. It's like trying to find a hidden camera in a movie set, only the director can move the props. Trying to leave the simulation is almost impossible because we've never been out of the simulation before. And the simulation's entire idea could be to make us NPCs feel like the main character. Still, it makes you wonder, are we the players or just part of someone else's endgame? If this is a simulation, smash that like button just in case the algorithm's watching. Subscribe and drop a comment if you think you're the player, or just cleverly coded DLC. Alien FRBs. You might not see it from your part of the world, but the universe gets a ping every now and then. This alert is an FRB, or fast radio burst, and it is one of astronomy's biggest "what the heck was that" moments. Most scientists chalk these up to extreme cosmic events, like magnetars, which are basically neutron stars on steroids, or the messy aftermath of colliding neutron stars. But some thinkers, like Harvard's own cosmic troublemaker Avi Loeb, has looked at these millisecond-long blips and said, what if that ping is from aliens? According to Loeb, FRBs might be accidental leakage from advanced alien tech, maybe from giant energy beams pushing light sails across galaxies. So what we're hearing could just be ET gunning it through hyperspace and forgetting to turn off airplane mode. But before you go pointing your radio dish toward Andromeda, keep in mind there's no hard evidence for this theory. Most FRBs look like they're coming from natural sources, and repeating ones like FRB 121102 make aliens seem a bit too, chatty. Still, we haven't closed the case. Could they be alien GPS pings? Or just space saying hi really aggressively? Until we figure it out, FRBs remain the universe's weirdest miscalls, and we're still waiting for the aliens to leave a message. White holes. A black hole is like the vacuum of space that sucks everything in without you needing to empty the sucked up trash because it's gone. Now hit reverse. Hard. That's a white hole, which is a theoretical space weirdo that doesn't suck things in, it spits them out. Basically, if a black hole is the universe's trash compactor, a white hole is like it sneezed violently and out came a bunch of matter and energy with no warning. It's the time-reversed twin of a black hole, according to Einstein's math. While nothing escapes a black hole, nothing can enter a white hole. It's the ultimate cosmic bouncer that ejects everyone, lets no one in. The idea is completely hypothetical. We've never seen one, not even a blurry Bigfoot-style photo. But the math checks out, and that's enough to keep theoretical physicists awake at night and scribbling on chalkboards like caffeinated poets. Some scientists have even wondered, what if white holes are where black holes go when they die? Like the final level of a galactic game where all the stuff sucked in gets barfed out the other side. Others say white holes could be the Big Bang's long-lost cousin, or maybe even connected to black holes via wormholes. Sure, they may just be math's way of having fun, but if white holes do exist, they could blow open everything we think we know about space. Literally and figuratively. Ekpyrotic universe. What if the universe didn't begin with a bang, but with a cosmic fender bender? That's the ekpyrotic universe theory, which is a mind-blowing idea that says the universe wasn't born from a single point exploding, but from the collision of two massive cosmic brains. According to this theory, we live in one of these 3D membranes, just chilling in a higher realm, when suddenly another brain drifts too close and slams into ours. That hit doesn't wreck everything. Instead, it releases a flood of energy, setting off a period of expansion and cooling that looks a whole lot like the Big Bang. Scientists call this cosmic crash the Big Bounce. It's basically the universe getting into a fight and then growing stronger from it. What's even cooler is that this might not be a one-time event. The ekpyrotic model suggests it's cyclical, meaning the universe could go through endless stretches of crash, expand, chill out, and repeat, like the world's most intense cosmic workout. Sure, the theory isn't backed by a mountain of evidence like the Big Bang, but it hasn't been disproven either. False vacuum decay. Imagine the universe is living in a comfy Airbnb. Everything feels fine. The lights work, the shower's hot, and no one's questioned the security deposit. But what if this home isn't actually built on solid ground, but on a trap door? That's the unsettling idea behind false vacuum decay, where the universe might not be in its most stable energy state. It's like placing a bowling ball in a dent on a hill and calling it good enough. One random quantum hiccup or a tiny twitch and everything could go wrong, taking all of reality with it. If the Higgs field, the same one that gives particle mass, is in a false vacuum, then one day it could quantum tunnel into the true vacuum, sparking a bubble of doom. this bubble would grow at nearly the speed of light, rewriting the rules of physics like an overzealous intern with admin access. Matter? Gone. Atoms? Rewritten. Gravity? Optional. The good news is that scientists say it'll probably take trillions of years to happen, so you're still safe to order that latte. The bad news is that if it does happen, we'll never see it coming. One moment, Netflix's logo is loading. The next moment, you're theoretical. Time crystals. This is a wild phase of matter that doesn't just exist in space. It exists in rhythm. Unlike your grandma's favorite quartz or that sparkling rock you picked in your garden, time crystals don't repeat in space. They repeat in time. Think of them like cosmic metronomes, ticking back and forth forever without losing energy. Like a grandfather clock that never needs winding. Except way more quantum and way less dusty. Here's the thing. These things break time translation symmetry, which is a fancy way of saying they behave differently at different moments, and this is something that's a big no-no in standard physics. It's as if you had a slice of pizza that keeps reheating itself every 5 minutes without using a microwave or magic. Just good old weird physics. And while they sound like perpetual motion machines, which science says don't exist, they technically aren't. They need a periodic nudge, like a beat in a song, to keep going. But once you get them bouncing, they oscillate at their own groove, not the beat they're given. Talk about rebellious. Time crystals have already been created in labs, even inside quantum computers and children's toys. Yup, toys. So yeah, we found something that jiggles through time and might one day help power quantum tech. Boltzmann brains. All right, buckle up. Imagine you're not a person, not a body, not even someone who forgot leg day at the gym. Instead, you're just a brain floating alone in the cold void of space, spontaneously formed out of random particles, fully loaded with fake memories, emotions, and that awkward middle school phase. Welcome to the Boltzmann brain theory, the most existential crisis-inducing idea science has ever cooked up. Named after physicist Ludwig Boltzmann, this thought experiment suggests that in an infinite universe, weird things can happen, like entropy occasionally taking a break and accidentally assembling a fully formed brain out of sheer randomness. Like the universe tried to build a snowflake and accidentally made a neuroscientist. Statistically, it might actually be more likely for a single brain with fake memories to randomly pop into existence than for a massive, orderly universe like ours to form from a big bang. But if Boltzmann's brains are more probable, then how do you know you're not one? Maybe you just blinked into consciousness 5 seconds ago, mid-sentence, with all your memories preloaded like a saved game file. Most physicists reject this idea not because it's impossible, but because it's just too bonkers to work with. Also, it kind of makes everything we know feel like a very elaborate hallucination. So, if you're watching this and wondering if you're real, congrats! You passed the Boltzmann brain vibe check. Conscious universe. Imagine if the chair you're sitting on, the screen you're watching this from, and the electrons buzzing around your coffee all had a teeny tiny inner life. Not feelings exactly. They're not crying over rom-coms, but just a whisper of awareness. That's the wild ride of panpsychism, also known as the conscious universe theory. This idea flips the script on the usual your brain makes your thoughts narrative. Instead, it asks, what if consciousness isn't just cooked up by neurons, but baked into the universe from the very start? Like a cosmic seasoning sprinkled across every atom and particle, from quarks to quasars. At its core, panpsychism says consciousness is fundamental, like mass or charge. Even the simplest particles might be having, well, very boring thoughts. But stack enough of those micro-experiences together, say in a brain, and you get a full-blown Netflix binging, existential dreading human experience. Some thinkers take it up a notch with cosmosism, which proposes that the entire universe is one conscious being, like you're basically a neuron in a galaxy-sized mind. Is it science? Not quite. It's more philosophy in a lab coat, because there's no microscope big enough to catch a thought drifting through dark matter. But it is a juicy thought experiment that questions everything, from how we define life to whether stars are just really quiet philosophers. So the next time you stub your toe on the coffee table, maybe apologize. It might have felt that too. And while you're being polite to your furniture, do us a solid and let us know in the comments if your lamp just blinked at you suspiciously. Because in a conscious universe, everything might be watching.